All right, what is up, gamers? How's it going? Hope you're having a good one today. Hope it's all going good for you wherever you are in your neck of the forest. Hope it's all going good. I'm just gonna tell you right off the bat. I have a fan running today because out here in SoCal it is like 95 degrees right now. So yeah, just bear with me. Bear with me through that. So today we're going to be going through a time lapse of a piece that I created recently on stream. The piece is for Among Us, and I'm sure you know what Among Us is by now because apparently the game's been out since 2017, but recently it's just gotten like gigantic boosting, and I don't know why, but it's been really popular lately. So it's kind of been blowing everything up. And I enjoy the game a lot. It's been pretty fun playing it. And usually, when I enjoy something, I tend to want to make fan art of it. And I don't think I'm very unique in this. I think there's a lot of artists out there who want to make fan art of the things that they enjoy. I guess that's why it's called fan art, right? So I started making this piece, and as you'll see in the time lapse, it kind of quickly turned into something that I didn't really want it to be. And the whole point of me making this video is to talk about why it's okay to start over on something. Even if you've gone really, really far into a piece, or even if you've finished a piece, it's okay to start over. And artists are typically apprehensive about something like this because you spent so much time working on something, and you spent so much time and energy and just all pouring your heart and soul into something that you really, really enjoy, and it turns out not that great. And this can be very disappointing. And I know I've been there many, many times. I've been there in this very piece that you're watching the time lapse of right now. I started over when I finished the piece. I finished the piece, and then I decided, you know what? I don't like it. I'm not liking it at all. And I need to start it over. And it can be disappointing. It can be a little bit heartbreaking, but it actually makes you a stronger artist in the end, because a really strong artist, a professional artist, will know when to say when, essentially. So you'll be able to take a piece that you're working on and go, you know what? It's just not working. Time to start over. And a lot of people take starting over as something like a loss, but it's actually not a loss, because mileage is very real when it comes to art. So as long as you're drawing and as long as you're learning, the mileage still counts. You don't back up. You don't go back spaces. You don't lose mileage by starting a piece over. You don't lose mileage by deciding that something is maybe it's not working out. I'm going to try a different tactic. It doesn't work that way. Your mileage is still there. And in fact, the mistakes that you made on the piece that you decided to start over are going to stick with you in the next piece, and not just the next piece, on the pieces that follow after. So really, starting over is a good thing. Now, I'm not saying that every piece that you do should be something that you give up on halfway through and you start over and you give up and you start over. That's a bad cycle. And you don't want to get into things like that, because if you start getting into the habit of quitting halfway through, that's very different than finishing a piece or getting halfway through a piece and deciding, "No, I don't think that this is working and I want to start it over." Starting over is different than quitting. Starting over is still on the same path. Starting over is still You're still trekking along the map. You're still heading towards the same destination. If you quit, you're just giving up on your journey. And that is something I would advise against. But if you decide that you want to start a piece over, there's absolutely no shame in that. Never, ever feel like you're giving up on something. Never feel like you're less than as an artist because you're starting over on a piece. It can be empowering, and it can just be enlightening to your current and future process. And believe it or not, starting over on pieces can actually, in the end, make you a little bit faster at getting work done. Because I think the piece that I finished after my original piece only took about 4 hours, when the original one took me like 6. So after you've made a bunch of mistakes and you decide the things that you don't want, what's left over but the things that you do want? Sounds a little philosophical, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean. But artists, in the end, your job is hard. And art at its very core is hard, and it always will be. And there are always going to be challenges. There's always going to be trials and tribulations ahead of you and behind you, and just in every which direction. And the more you tackle those things and the less you let them affect your brain and your emotions, the stronger you'll become. Because it's very easy to lose confidence in yourself when you have to do something like start over. And I completely understand that. And I get that way as well. And no artist is perfect. Every artist at one point or another has had to start over on a piece or thrown a piece away and just been, I'm done with this. And that's okay. It's all part of the journey. And at the end of the day, we're all moving towards the same goal, and that is to be a better version of ourselves than we were the day before, especially when it comes to our favorite thing, art. So guys, I hope this talk was helpful. I just really wanted to show off this time lapse a little bit and just really talk to you guys about stuff that has been on my mind. I feel like this is a really good format to do so. It's a little bit better than the streams because you can repeat this over and over again, unlike the streams that are live. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this talk may have inspired you in some way, or if you're working on a piece that you're currently frustrated with, maybe starting over would be the best option for you. Don't give up. Start over. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. And if watching me in this format is not enough for you and you'd rather see me in a more direct and live format, I stream over on Twitch every weekday starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So you can always catch me over there. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can always buy some merch in the link below. We have some awesome stuff in the works, and that's available on the merch site right now. And if you'd prefer to support me in a different way as well, we also have a Patreon linked below for monthly support that really means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. But besides all that out of the way, guys, you can do this. You're awesome artists. I believe in you. Keep doing awesome stuff. I'm sure you will. I will catch you in the next video, guys. Peace.